Hey guys, this is UBR Tech, back with another video. Today's video is going to be how to disassemble and reassemble a Kimber 1911. The only tool you'll need for this is the one that came with the gun. And the next thing we need to do is make sure that this gun is safe. So how we do that is by pushing this mag release button right here. The mag comes out. The next thing we want to do is make sure that there's nothing in the chamber. To make things easier on ourselves, we're going to pull the hammer back, just like that. Next, we're going to pull back on the slide while pushing forward with this hand. Just like this. You can see that there's nothing in the chamber. And now we can start disassembling the gun. What you're going to do is, you're going to grab the gun like this. You'll probably set it on a table where you're taking this apart. What we're trying to accomplish is, we're going to try to take this black collar right here and we're going to try to turn that to the left. So you're going to take the tool, you're going to press down, you're compressing this silver circle. You're going to press down and turn to the left until you hear a click. Now you can see that this black collar is right on the lip of this silver circle right here. What we want to do from here is we want to take our thumb right here and you want to press down on this silver circle. Once we do that, we're going to push to the left on this black collar. Now when we do that, as soon as you push to the left on the black collar, there's a spring compressed into here. And you have to make sure that you keep a tight hold of this piece, otherwise the spring's going to go flying out. So what we'll do is press down like I said, and then push to the left, and then slowly let the spring decompress, just like that. We're going to take this silver piece off, put that right here, and then we're going to take the spring out, just like that. Set that aside, and then we're going to take this black collar out. So when you turn it, you're going to turn it to the right, keep turning to about here. That's what it's going to look like. Then you're going to push upward like this, and it comes right out. Put that down. The next thing we're going to want to do is take the slide and pull it to the rear, getting this half circle right here, right over here. Okay, so what I normally do is I put my webbing of my hand right into this beaver tail, just like this, and I wrap my fingers over the top, pulling back. Once it's over, like I said, the half circle is right over this piece right here. Turn it over, you see this little circle? We're going to push this in while trying to pull this piece out. So I take my one finger, push this circle in while I'm pulling this out. So it's going to look like this. And sometimes you have to wiggle it and it comes right out. Set that aside. The next thing we're going to want to do is we're going to want to push the slide forward, just like that. I usually turn it upside down and I slide the lower off. The next step is taking this piece out. What you're going to want to do is you're going to want to lift it up a little bit and pull outward like that. The next thing we're going to do is take the barrel out. How you do that is by pushing upward right here while pushing forward like that. And it slides right on out. And that's it. You have successfully disassembled a Kimber 1911. Now let's put it back together. What we're going to do, we're going to put our barrel in, and what I normally do is if this piece accidentally came up, I push it forward just like that. I take this part of the barrel and it gets fed into the front of the slide just like this. Goes all the way to the rear of the slide, And then what happens is once you pull this further back, it should drop. This part should drop into this little notched out part. Next, take this piece and we're going to make sure that this half circle is facing downward. So this part right here goes into this hole right here. As you can see, that half circle lays right on the barrel and it stays just like that. The next thing you want to do is take your lower, and what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to take these two rails right here and here, and we're going to slide them into right here and here. Okay? So it's going to look something like this. Now, the one thing I do is I keep my fingers on this piece right here so it stays in contact with the barrel. Take the lower, match those parts up, slide them in. Now, the one part I do make sure is that I make sure that this part right here is down. Because if it's up, you won't be able to match up the holes basically. So there's a hole right here and that has to match up through that hole. So you want to make sure that this part is down, okay? So we're going to finish sliding the lower on. So once you got it to this part, flip it over. What we're going to do is we're going to take this half circle and we're going to put it over this gap right here. So slide this over. And then there you go, it's right over this gap. And we take this barrel and we slide this back and you can see how the circles line up just like that. And then what you do is you take your slide lock and put this portion in first, just like that. What you're going to want to do is you're going to want to make sure that that round part is right against this piece right here. What you're going to do is you're going to push on this part to go inward and this part to go upward. So it's going to look like that. And then you'll hear it click. You'll see this other side is in because it's sticking out on the other side, and you should be good to go. Next, what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to take this slide and push it forward just like that and turn it like this. And just like before, we're going to put the collar back in, this piece. This part right here is going to go in between this gap right here. So it's going to look something like this. Just like that. And then you're going to turn the collar to the left. Then we take our spring, and there's two sides to the spring. This side of the spring, you can see this is compressed, while this side is just open. So this side goes in first, and it goes right around this silver piece right there. Next, you're going to take this silver collar, put it over the spring like this, and we're going to compress the spring again. Once we compress the spring, we're going to move this collar back over. I'll show you what that looks like. So what I like to do is I like to rest the rear of the gun on the table and then take your thumb, put it over this silver part, compress it down. Once it's compressed all the way, we're going to take your pointer finger and we're going to push this black piece this way, and you can see it captured the spring around this silver collar. And then what you do is you take the tool again and you put it right around that black collar. The goal here is to compress the spring with this side of the tool, and then once it's compressed, you're going to turn the collar. You're going to make sure that the tool goes around that black piece just right, compressing that silver round part, turning it, and then once you hear that click, you know it's in place. And now you have successfully reassembled a Kimber 1911. Next, what I like to do is do a function test. No magazine. What we'll do is we'll pull back on the slide while pushing forward with this hand. So go back, forward, back, forward, back, forward, just to make sure that everything is functioning correctly. Then point the gun in a safe direction and pull the trigger. Everything seems to be operating perfectly. If you guys thought this video was helpful, please give it a big thumbs up. If you haven't already, please subscribe. Every subscriber helps. If you have any questions, please put it in the comments. And until next time, I'll see you in the next one.